this video, we installed the Precise framework on an Oracle database. And a couple of things I want to point out. One is this the Precise image file is quite large. It takes 1 to 2 hours to download, so you want to go ahead and download that well in advance and unzip it. We're going to install on a Windows 2012 R2 server. This server needs to be prepared to activate workstation functionality before the installation. The Precise installation starts off with Setup EXE. Installing the framework is the only time you click Setup EXE. Afterwards, everything is done through the GUI, through the admin point part of the GUI. If you click Setup EXE, you will begin to overwrite your installation, which you probably do not want to do. So I'm just going to come in here and do a right click and run as administrator. This will begin to spin up. This is Precise's installation wizard. There's kind of an outline, and we're going to kind of work our way down from framework server properties, database type, database properties, preview, listener installation, focal installation, action items, apply the license, and click finish. So after carefully reading the EULA, go ahead and accept the terms and then click next. We'll begin the installation. Now, Precise is very communication focused, and you'll want to use the fully qualified server name. And I'm going to go ahead and use the IP address. I don't think that this is really the optimal way to do it, and I have to get the IP address correct or I'll have a real problem on my hands. And this server type is indeed Windows, and I'll just click next here. There is Precise components running on this server, so I'm going to have to make some adjustments to have Precise be co-resident. I'm going to change the listener communication port to 2008-02, and the GUI likewise. I'm going to make a similar change. The next thing I'm going to do is this will automatically append onto the Windows services this name, and so we'll just make it Precise Aura, or you know what, I'll just make it Aura, because I think it will say Precise and then the Aura, and that should be fine. So we'll go ahead and provide that information, and we're going to go ahead and use the administrator credentials. I don't want to install here. I want to install in a new directory because this is already being used. So we're going to just name it, actually we'll make it Precise ORA. So that way it'll be consistent. We have a new directory, new ports, and we're going to operate under a different ID. So we can go ahead and click next. This brings us to the database type screen, and it is Oracle, so we'll just click next. I provided the server where the Oracle instance lives, the SID, the listener port. This user had been granted sysdba, so it can create users in the Precise schema that will house Precise's repository. So at this point I'll click next. Precise will suggest the username Precise PMDB. I appended it with B because I want to segregate this from other things that are running on that instance password. And then where do you want to put the data files? Once again, I segregated it because I want to be easily distinguish those data files. And under Advanced, you can see the different data files it's going to create. Temp space, a lot of times I just use the existing temp space, but for here we'll just go ahead with creating a new temp space. And with that, I'll go ahead and click Next. That brings us to the preview screen where Precise is going to tell us, what it plans to do, and just kind of scroll through here, and we got a preview of this a little bit earlier. So let's go ahead and click Install. This will take a few minutes. I'm going to pause the recording and we'll come back to it. It's a good time to get a cup of coffee. A smooth, precise installation is really about being ready to have had the prerequisites met. Your Precise sales team has documentation and can help you be prepared. And once all the prerequisites are met, usually the installation goes real nice and smooth. It's progressing along. Towards the end, it will start the Precise services. And if you bring up Windows services, you can see the different Precise components running. Okay, so it finished up. It skipped action items, and now we're on the license file. I got the license file from the account team, so I'm just going to click here and navigate to the folder where I stored the license file. And this would be on the server where you drive the installation from. And it's actually under this one. It ends in .lic, and boom, just apply that, and then click Next. How about that? You've got the Precise focal point for Oracle installed. Once again, you don't use setup exe again. That's used only for the framework. Everything now will be done through admin point. So let's go ahead and open up the Precise GUI, and I have the little checkbox, so that we'll do it automatically. And so here we go. I usually just say don't show again and click yes to clear the browser cache, and we'll go ahead and get this thing opened up. I guess it's doing a little clearing of the files right there. The default credentials are admin, and you can change those in admin point. And here we go. Let's just get this thing opened. Okay, you can see we're in the admin point. You can toggle over to the applications. That's where you look at the performance data that's been collected. Admin point is obviously for installing and controlling Precise. Under the installation tab, there's a couple of options, instances and applications. You'll want to use applications because that allows you the opportunity to create a grouping. Otherwise, everything will show as and be put into a default grouping. And incidentally, you can rename default to something else. I definitely recommend applications. So that's it. That winds up the framework installation. Thank you very much for your interest in Precise.